Rajni, before starting today's lecture,
Mhm.
miss, I cannot see yesterday's video in the portal.
No, sir, you can. You can see here. You can see classwork. If you go here, classwork and AWS Cloud topic, day 7. When you just click on this, it opens.
Cannot open this. Okay, okay, okay. Got it. Yeah.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
have,
Yes.
yeah, you have index.html and you have your PPT and you have your website link and the video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bring my glasses.
So, Rajni, can I ask one question before we start in
Yes,
regards
yes.
to your study? Yeah,
Please, sir, go on.
yeah. So, basically, right, we were discussing about private subnets and public subnets, right? So inside one VPC, is there
Mhm,
any limit like CIDR have, like, say, suppose we consider an example of /24,
mhm,
right? It can have around 249, right?
mhm,
Uh,
mhm,
uh, private subnet plus public subnet. So we
mhm.
discussed two. So will all 249 can be configured inside one VPC, or there are any restrictions?
So you can see if /24 means 5 IPs are already get reserved and
Uh-huh.
other IPs you can use. All IPs you can use. There is no restriction for them.
Okay,
Your
thank you.
DHCP will automatically give you that. Okay. But per region, let's say you have Mumbai region, and by
Mhm.
default, you can create 5 VPCs in each region. And whatever the CIDR you can use, you can use. If you wanted to increase the VPC count, you have to increase the service quota. It's not only in the AWS, it is in same in the
अगर
Azure.
आपको लगता है कि आपने
It's
हैदराबाद का
same in
खाना
the
अच्छे से देख लिया है,
sir.
ये वीडियो शायद
Some
आपने
background noise is
हाँ
coming. Can you please mute?
Someone who's not on mute. Aditya, can you go on mute, please, sir? Aditya. Sorry, Rajnikant, which service rota you said, right?
Service quota.
Okay.
Service
All right.
quota we need to increase. Okay.
Okay. One
So
more question. The RDS one connection from the EC2. So
hmm
when the EC2 is connecting to the RDS, they both are connecting through private IP address, correct?
right, exactly.
So inside one CIDR, all the devices can communicate through private IP address.
Exactly. Local route. Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to ensure I'm doing that. Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much.
To
Rajani, one more question, Rajani, Giri here.
mm-hmm,
Rajani, I've gone through that the yesterday video and then conversation.
mm-hmm,
Anyway, that you explained that VPC, the larger network setup and everything.
okay.
But in practically, right, for example, in my current organization,
Mm-hmm,
even if I want to raise the network setup with the network team, all the requirement and all,
mm-hmm,
usually they will take almost 2 to 3 weeks to set up and everything, right?
mm-hmm,
But whatever we face challenges, right?
mm-hmm,
Always they are recommending to simplify that solutioning, don't make complexities and all, right?
mm-hmm,
So, but in that situation, but now I understand that practical view. I think we have done many things,
mm-hmm,
but in the real time scenarios, if you're going with the larger setup or complex environment, but explaining with them, it is not too easy in the real world, right, Rajani? In that
uh,
situation, how we supposed to handle that?
uh, actually,
That's organization.
the last one I didn't get you, sir. Like, what's the exact hit on the question? I didn't get that. So you were
I'll
saying,
repeat.
right? Yeah, please, sir.
I'll repeat again.
Mm-hmm,
See this larger organization. We are always depending on the network team to create the initial IP address, setting up IP address and all those things, flows and all, right.
mm-hmm,
For that only, we took almost 2 to 3 weeks for resolving the basic IP request only. But when we are going some complex solutioning and all, multiple IPs, multiple load balancer, something like that, they always saying that come up with the simple solution. So we again we have to go to our chief architect to review and then get it approved. So in that situation, how we can going to simplify our network solutions?
Okay. So, sir, first of all, when you are having an idea, okay, let me take in one example. So this is my idea, and you are an architect, and you just created the diagram by keeping all the components. Like let's say, so this is your network. Network diagram is
Okay,
separate, low level diagram is separate, HLD diagram is separate, application level flow diagram is separate, and component communication separate. So one project will never end up with a one diagram. So I'll come to that.
correct.
And each one project will be having at least 6 to 7 diagrams. Okay. Now the point is about the network. So when the network saying that each company, as you said, sir, network team will be there. Okay. So what this network team will be having central management, IP management actually. So there are many tools. Example, let's say Netbox. Netbox. Okay. So where all the IP addresses that we own by the organization or the partner organizations means you just connected with your neighbor organization or means your client or maybe your associated organization where you are sharing your data also. So it could be anything. All these IP addresses are mentioned here. So from these, you have to select, sir. Already network team will create this box in any organization. Already network team will be creating this box and there will be a user. If you are a user and this is a network guy, he updated everything here. And what his work is, he only responsible for some of the IPs, not all the IPs, like
Mhm.
managed IPs, managed IPs. So he will be responsible managed IPs and he will leave some of them as free pool. Okay. So free pool means these are the IP addresses that we have designed from the network perspective in our organization. If you are the engineer, maybe you are a platform engineer, maybe you are some engineer, and you wanted to take some of the IPs without an approval, or maybe you can also keep a request. So in that case, you can come to this portal. Let's say Netbox is a tool. You come to this portal, you search it. Okay, which are all the IP addresses are free for our organization. Okay, you found something a series called 11 series or maybe 17 series, 172 series. When you found 172 series private IP is free, followed by some subnet, you can divide multiple subnets in it. So what you'll do, sir? Okay, you found this pool as a free, you will divide them into the 2 3 subnets, let's say /24 one, and another one is /23, and another one is /28. So in this 172 pool, you made 3 pools. You make a one Excel sheet, and what you will do, you will create one processor. The process is like ITL process, and again you create a service request or the request, whatever the request,
Mhm.
Jira request or whatever the request, you create it. When you create this request will go to the network team. So what they're going to do, since you are taking these IP addresses, they are available in the free pool. Automatically, this guy will update, oh, this IP address is taken by someone. That means no other engineer will not take them. You already took it because you verified and everything. You made a request, so the network team will allocate for you. So this is the one processor. Okay, another process is like you are creating with existing infrastructure, with already there are some IPs already there, and you want to create one of the new IP pool from it. So how you going to take it? So in that case, you need to go with a network engineer, stating your plan, stating your problem statement and design, and then they're gonna discuss in their team and approve you sir, that IP address. It has to be always communicated. So for an instance, take as an example, you just without asking anybody, you took one of the IP address. Let's say same 172 IP address, you took it and you configured in your EKS cluster, or maybe you configured for your VPC or a subnet. What happens, since these VPCs are maybe connected, shared between multiple accounts, you created this same thing, it will be overriding sir, or conflicting. Because of this conflicting, some outage will happen automatically. None of the applications which is connected to this VPCs will not be worked. So your request coming from the outside of the world will don't know that where to go. If you have two VPCs sir, one VPC is same 172, another VPC also same address.
Mhm.
Okay, in this is in Mumbai region and this is in Canada region, let's say same IP address I kept. AWS still allow you that you can create the same VPC with same address. AWS will allow you. But if these two VPCs are communicating, that means conflicted. It will
Okay.
never communicate. Automatically outage will happen in your organization. So
Okay.
always it's better to check with the network team in managed IPs. They also do the free pool like this. So it's your wish, you can take the free pool and tag them like so and so team is used already.
Understand, Rajni. I think before designing the network, we need to verify that what are the available pool. So what
Mm,
that we can factor first. Second thing, what are the new IPs? So we can raise the fresh request. Maybe that will save our timing as well. Okay, got it.
right, right. This
But
request will
Rajni,
be, yeah, please, sir.
but Rajni, you told that it will be conflict if both are using the same IP address, right?
Mm.
But suppose these IP address are private IP address then,
Private also, conflicting only.
but
Public also, private also,
but
conflicts.
no, but
Mm.
the network is totally different, nah. This VPC is different. This VPC is different. That's what I'm asking.
No, no, no. So, example, I have this VPC in Mumbai region, and I have another VPC in like Tokyo region. Okay, this is Tokyo. So here one server is there, and here one server is there. This server needs to connect with this server. This is
Hmm.
app server. This is DB. You need to connect them, and you are using 172, uh, 168. Let's say 192 dot 168 dot 1 dot 0 slash 24 for this subnet or a VPC. And the same thing you have used. AWS will allow you to create these two range pools in two different regions. But you, when you want to make a connection, now the two IPs are same. So how you will make it? No, it will not connect. It will be get conflicted. So your
Even
request, yeah,
hmm
your request is coming from the application. It has to reach to this DB. So there is a network interface. The network interface having same IP address like what it is having source. So your network will
hmm
reject here. It will be conflicted.
even it's a private IP, right?
Even it is private or public. No similar IP addresses will not be communicated.
Okay.
Simple logic,
What
sir.
is the use of transit gateway here then?
Okay. Transit gateway. What first thumb rule is we have to use different IP addresses. Same IP address will reject. Even you use VPC pairing, even you use transit gateway. Now I'm coming to the same point. Take it as an example, sir, one problem statement. Now I am a architect, or now I am a principal engineer, senior staff engineer, and my CTO came, my CTO is saying that, hey, since you are DevX experience, we want a project to be built for the new customer. So new customer we wanted to build. So we have 5 and 6 AWS accounts. What's it? 5 AWS accounts. under one OU. Okay. So we have 5 accounts. In these 5 accounts, this is one account. This is second account. Let me make it small. And this is third account. And this is fourth account. Let me do first with 2 accounts and they'll copy the whole diagram. Sir, is it visible, right? I can make this box is clear to everyone, right? This box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So take it as this is a one region. Inside this, I have a VPC. So this is my VPC. Okay. And for each VPC, you have internet gateway. So your internet gateway will be connected to VPC. And similar way, I have route table. This is my route table. Sorry, it's route 53. Route table. So each route table will connect from your internet gateway to route table, and your route table will be connected to your subnet. So this is my subnet. Let me take, this is my subnet. So inside the subnet, I have EC2 instance. This is my EC2 instance. This is Mumbai region. Now, sir, I have 4 accounts. So account A, okay, account Gen AI, account app development, account production. In account production, this is the Mumbai region. Same account I have in Virginia. Same account only, but 2 different regions. Now what I want, sir, the server is here, which one of the model, my GPU server is there, or maybe any my Gen AI engineer did something with the library or good computer vision model, and they wants to connect with an application with the app development account, and they need to deploy into here, or maybe they need to connect to the data which is in the production account. So they need to look at that data and they need to refer that data. Your model has to refer this data. So we have 4 different accounts now. My simple goal is this server needs to communicate with this server needs to communicate with this server needs to communicate with this server. So all 4 servers need to be communicated. So what is the solution? This is my problem statement. This is a high level network design for my new project. So how can I communicate them? What are all these solutions are available? First solution is VPC peering. Second one is transit gateway.
Rajni, this transit gateway, it's similar with that hub spoke model.
Right, exactly. Hub and spoke.
No, haven't spoke. Yeah.
In Azure, hub and spoke and full mesh. You have both
Yeah.
connectivities. Okay, I'll also tell that you can make that kind of connectivity a transit gateway here, and you can also make full mesh also. It's your wish. Here, if what is my VPC peering will say? Peering will say that okay, here also one route table is there. Here also one route table is there. You exchange the routes. How you will exchange the routes? Now look at carefully, sir. Now my VPC CIDR here is CIDR is equal to 10.10.1.0 slash, sorry, 10.0.0/16. So this is my uh, IP address. Now here, what is an IP address here? So it is a 11, and here it is 12, and here it is 13. So you cannot use the same. If you use the same, it will be conflicted. No, it is not possible. I'll also tell you where it is conflicts. Now this server needs to connect with this server. So what options are there? First option is VPC peering. So how can I connect with that? VPC peering will make you communicate with two VPCs only. That means this is a service you need to create. Then you need to connect this route table with this IP address, and you need to connect this route table with this IP address. That's it. So these two servers can be communicated. But you cannot communicate this server with third VPC in another account. No, it is not possible. Even you can make like this. Okay, create one more VPC and make a communication like this. Make a communication like this. Create one more like this between and make a communication like this. Make a communication like this. So here to here you can communicate. Here to here you can communicate. But not here to here you cannot communicate because only one VPC peering. So here to here, if you want to communicate, what do you need, sir? You need one more VPC peering separately, and you need to connect like this. You need to connect like this. So any two VPCs you have to connect. With VPC peering, any two VPCs you need to connect. And it is low cost. It is low cost. And also easy and easy maintenance, low cost. But there is a problem. You cannot connect two or more VPCs at a time. So transit gateway is little costly. VPC peering is little less cost comparatively with the transit gateway. Now this is a problem, right? That problem being solved by the transit gateway. Now what I can do with the transit gateway, sir, any questions on this VPC peering before I'm going to transit gateway?
No.
Only one question, Rajni. Like, if we want to connectivity with VPC peering only, then we have to create multiple peering, correct?
Right. As I said, see, this first one you wanted to communicate, then you have to create. And this one to this one you want to communicate, you have to create one more pairing. And this one to this one you want to connect, then you have to create one more pairing. So three pairings you are creating. Why can't you create one transit gateway? So with three pairings you are paying some 50 rupees, let's say example, and transit gateway also charging the 50 rupees. So instead maintaining multiple, you can create one, right? So that is the logic here. What this VPC peering will give me the benefits? Peering will give you the benefits. Even your VPC in same region. So you can connect. You can connect. Even it is a different region, you can connect. Even it is different account in different region. Public account, your OU account, whatever, you can connect. Only you can connect. How many, sir? Two VPCs only. Two VPCs only. Two VPCs only. So this is an advantage and disadvantage of this peering. Okay, now let me come to my transit gateway. So whenever somebody is asking what is VPC peering means, your VPC can be in the same region, different region, same account or different account, but you can able to connect them by using VPC peering, but only two. What I'll do now, I'll come to the transit gateway. So coming to the transit gateway, transit. This is transit gateway. Here only one transit gateway I'll create. TGW. One transit gateway only I will create. And after that, what I'll do, I'll create multiple attachments. I'll create multiple transit gateway attachments. So these are attachments. So for my each VPC, this is my VPC, and I will tag my route table. And I will attach this attachment with the transit gateway. Similar way, I'll also create for this VPC one attachment, and I will tag my route table here. Similar
But
way, yeah, please sir, tell me.
sorry, I'm disturbing you in between.
Tell me.
But exactly what is that attachment means?
I'll tell you. So attachment means it is a phase of this VPC. So previously what we are doing, so there is no a layer added in a VPC peering. You are only making two. So but in front of this VPC, you are creating one attachment. This is a layer designed by the AWS. So you can control with this extra layer. Now you can connect all these attachments to the transit gateway like this. So now what you can do, sir, let's say this VPC needs to communicate with this VPC. So what you will do in this route table, I will provide the DVPC IP address. DVPC IP address. This VPC IP address, which is 10.13.0.0/16. If I keep that IP address in this route table and this one 10.10.0.0/16, a VPC IP address in this route table, by using my VPC transit gateway, this both can be communicated. Similar way, you can do this to this, this to this, this to this, this to this, and this to this, and this to this. So full mesh connectivity you can do. So this is the beauty of your transit gateway. It is also giving you the benefits. Maybe your VPC in the same region, different region, same account, or different account. Doesn't matter. We can make it. And also, what this transit gateway also give you the options means you have a data center. Okay. You have data center. So this is your data center. And you need to connect your data center. You need to connect your data center to your AWS account site. You have multiple accounts, right? Your data center needs to be connected with your multiple accounts. So what you do, sir? You will connect with the transit gateway by using your direct connect. By using your direct connect. DX. AWS DX, direct connect.
It is with cable, right?
Sorry, sir?
How it will connect with cable only, right?
No. You need to create. You are in cloud, sir. We no need to put any cable now.
No, data center also in cloud.
No, data center will be physical data center. What you
Ah,
will do in front of data center means there will be a edge router and firewall. Okay.
okay, okay.
So this is a router, let's say. There's an edge router, which is called PE router, provider edge. So from this provider edge, and there will be a provider firewall also. Okay. Firewall, yes. There will be one firewall. So to this firewall, there will be one IP address, similar like 172, public IP will be 172 dot 12.3.4 example I'm telling. Okay. So this is gonna communicate with the BGP and there will be ISP. Who is ISP? Like your Airtel, Jio, they are. And this data center will be having one AS number. Let's say 33504 like this. Okay. So with this, you will make a configuration to your direct connect or site to site VPN. So with this, you will connect to your transit gateway. And this transit gateway will connect to the multiple accounts, right? You're also exchanging this IP addresses between data center and here. So you'll be going to configure this IP addresses here. So you can make a communication between your AWS accounts to the data center. This is how the network team or a cloud engineering team they do. For you, uh, it's a knowledge because your GPUs are from the one data center, let's say, and you are running some of the models and you want to refer databases or your model in the GPU server in the data center and you wanted to connect to the AWS services. Let's say you want to connect to the AWS S3, but your GPU server in the data center. How those two has to connect? This is a configuration. How they need to connect in the sense? This is a configuration. And who will do this, sir? So there is network team, they'll do cloud network team and system admin teams. They'll take care of this. There is no point that you are going and doing all these configurations. No. But you should know how these things are connecting. Because in a future you're growing like that and there will be an architect position for you, then you should know all this to command them. Not even command, like at least guide them or creating a design, telling them. So because you put it into the position where you need to convince the client with your architecture diagrams and your solutions, that client comes. Every time the CTO, CEO or somebody salespersons will not satisfying the client. What salesperson will do? The salesperson will tell that I'll pull my technical team into the call. So the client will come into the picture and in a, over the call, so they'll ask you that what is your plan? If we onboard our customer at your side, how do you going to do it? So the first level, you need to show some confidence to them. How this is how we are planning. This is our diagrams, and we have did same thing for existing customer. You will show one existing customer, right? You have to show all these requirements and how we are going to build our infra and how it is secured to you. We need to make him happy. Then only customer will come to us. Otherwise, no. So this is mostly at the who have network or the infra management companies, and they take the customers like SaaS based things. They take the customers and they create the infrastructure on their network, but they provide the support to customer side. So this is the bigger picture, sir. How these different accounts will be connected by using VPC peering and transit gateway. Any questions? Open to speak.
Uh, Hey Rajni, I mean, we do this VPC pairing, so we'll be having the private and public subnets. So
Right.
generally we should go with the private subnet only, right?
No, why not public? Sir, and one more thing.
Because we have a data center. So for
Mhm,
example, in another cloud account, so
mhm.
generally we do with private subnets to secure it.
Sir, in private, what are you keeping? It's a databases only or backend servers or standalone servers for your applications?
We have Atlas, for example, among
Mm, mm.
Atlas cloud, so where we have a MongoDB.
Yep.
So we do connect with the AWS account.
Mm-hmm.
So generally, we connect through private subnets. Though they say this is the secured process. So if
Yes,
we do it public, then that is a security breach, I guess.
exactly. But in public also, you can make that thing as a private.
Okay.
And I want to shoot a question. How you will differentiate this subnet is a public and this subnet is a private?
Through IP address.
IP addresses, yes.
Wrong answer.
In AWS, you are asking.
Yes.
So for public subnet, there should be internet gateway assigned to it.
Hmm.
For private subnet, there is a NAT gateway.
But even you keeping it NAT, it do outbounding, right? Okay, just tell me the difference, sir, in one line.
Means private and public subnet difference.
Hmm.
Private subnet means only private IPs are assigned
No,
to
sir, you
VM.
told correct answer, but again you're reshaping your answer. In first you told correct.
Servers will be
I
not
think
having public
public subnet,
domain.
public subnet is attached to internet gateway, isn't it? Whereas private, we don't have that.
Exactly.
You will be having a NAT gateway, not
NAT
internet gateway.
gateways.
Yeah.
So how you differentiate means if a public subnet, see whenever your route table is connected with your internet gateway and that is also connected to your subnet, that means public subnet. So where your route table is doesn't connected with your NAT gateway and your route table is only handling with some other network interfaces. Okay, let's say your VPC endpoints and all, then that is a private subnet. So single difference, sir. So internet gateway will only make the difference between public and private. Now my private, what happens? My private, why I am mentioning VPC endpoints? This is a good point. Piklu sir is already told VPC endpoint. Okay. So VPC endpoint. Why I need VPC endpoint, sir? Please, sir, go on. Deep, sir, you raised a hand.
No, actually, I was having a different question. Uh, should I ask now or should I ask later? I think like you can continue then.
Ask, sir, ask.
So one thing, so let's suppose I am having like there is a company, okay, so they take over the other company, both are in AWS and they're using the same subnet. At that time, like do we have any solution on the AWS? I mean like on-prem, I know.
Mm-hmm.
But on AWS, in AWS, do we have like any solution for that?
Let me simplify your question. You have Azure and AWS, and they
No,
are
no.
using the
I'm
same.
having two company. I am
Oh,
having two company, company A, company B.
okay.
They are in AWS. They're using the same CIDR. Now, company A, like they are going to take over company B. They are
Mm-hmm.
merging, like basically.
Mm-hmm.
And there are like some application company A want to like use from the company B.
Mm-hmm.
But since like they're using the same subnet, do we have any solution for that?
So solution is only one thing. There is no service available like this. If they are using the same CIDR range, and they wanted to still utilize that. So IPs is always gonna conflict. First, that is the main networking thumb rule, sir. So
No,
so
but
far I
in
see.
on-prem we have in on-prem like we can do. We have some like with the NAT we can do such kind
NAT.
of and we
Okay.
did.
Okay, so but first best practice is okay in that you can do in AWS maybe you can use IPAM. Let me IPAM,
IPAM is like a different tool. That is IP address management.
right. So what you can do here with IPAM, you do remapping. Okay, already two local IP addresses are when you are merging, so that will be completely going to conflict. There is no other way to protect it, sir. So let's say your AWS is having 172.20.0.0.16 and your Azure, another company is having same thing. Ultimately, it is going to conflict even you use whatever the service in between. As you are saying, we can do one best practice is remapping the IP address in one environment, and then we can keep all those things into the IMAP or netbox and we can detect and track them. With that, we do migration of the applications in a gradual process like VNet remapping or IP address remapping. And now you are saying that in the on-prem side, I can do NAT configurations. Sir, you can do NAT configuration. What happens with the NAT configurations? You are hiding the original IP address and you're creating another IP address and you're making the communication between two NATs.
Correct.
Example. So this is my data center. This is my data center. So this is having one IP address and this is having one another IP address. So what I'm doing, this is a NAT here, this is NAT here, and this is NAT here. Okay. You are applying one more layer on top of this and you are exchanging the routes between this. So what happens? Your request will come from NAT to this one.
Correct.
Exactly, sir. This is
Yeah.
the process we follow. But at the cloud level also you can use, but you are unnecessarily paying to the NAT gateways.
Okay,
You're
but we
getting me,
have
sir?
service. No, I got your point. But we have like we can do the NAT as well. I mean, like with any IP, just like on-prem.
Yes,
Correct?
just like on-prem you can do, but I'll tell you the problem. Here I took one EIP, here I took one EIP, and I mapped with 192.168.1.0/16. So here I have a different IP, 1.2.3.4, and here I have one more IP, which is 3.4.5.6, like this. So here these two things I will exchange like this. So
No, but
this,
is it with only EIP? I mean, like we can't use private net.
you can use private NAT also. VPN gateways also you can use, private NAT also you can use. So I'm telling that if you're making the public communications, if you make the private communication, private NAT also okay. So you translate the, here is a private NAT IP address, sir. There is, let's say the private NAT IP address is there, and you're translating that feature to here. But what happening here? You're creating one more interface here. So creating one more interface, may your network has to pass like this, like this. So it also cause increasing latency. Am I right, sir?
To the
And
public.
packet drops also will be there. MTU also you need to define. So if it
And
is a on-prem,
what if I add the VPN gateway on both side and I can create the IPsec tunnel, then like if I do the NAT
that
destination.
one will work. Okay, let's say you created one IPsec tunnel, tunnel 1 and tunnel 2. Okay, so IKEE v1 and IKEE v2. Both keys will be exchanged. So IPsec, it's secure, sir. But in IPsec also, you cannot use the same IP addresses at both the side. You need to create one more interface in between this,
Okay.
right?
So
You cannot
there is no
anywhere in the
option to do
network.
NAT.
You're saying something, sir.
No, what I'm saying, like we can't use NAT in this case as well.
No, you can use, but always you need to put one interface, whatever it is, VPN gateway, VPN private NAT, whatever, but in the same IP address thing, you need to put one more interface which is having another IP address. That
Okay.
is mandatory, sir. You cannot make a communication between same IP addresses. There is a one more thing. You can make communication with L2, not with L3. L3 means there is an IP address. L2 means there is no IP address. It's only labels like MPLS, multi-protocol label and switching. So with this we can do.
Okay, we have that option, like L2VC kind of thing, like the layer 2 transport.
Right. Layer 2 things. Labels will be switching with the frames. That will be used in the ISP level. Not if example, sir, this is my data center. You can even compare with your data centers also. So this is my data center. Ask any network engineer there. This is my data center, and they have ISP connectivity like this. And these two data centers will be having L3 connectivity and also L2 connectivity. L2 connectivity means they will make a connection here and here. There will be an IP address. Here and there, here there will be an IP address. Let's say this is Airtel and this is also Airtel. So this network which is there, it's completely used L2. There is no IP for it. Only here there will be IP, but this entire communication is like L2. It's completely secured. No attack, no man in the middle, nothing will happen with this MPLS.
But there
This
will be L3 as well, right? So, like if I'm going with this approach as well, so here I have to configure one L3 here, one L3 here, right? For the communication.
okay, okay. If that is the case, then you wanted to communicate means connect IPSLA here with the IPsec tunnel here to here directly with ISP. Here it will use same MPLS in between. Even I can eliminate this one also, sir.
Yeah.
So what happens if this network is down because I configured IPLSA? If this network interface is down, automatically it switch back to my another ISP automatically. Even it is still private. You can use GRE, IPsec. One
But the
more,
netting is still not happening, na?
which one, sir?
What I'm saying, netting is still not happening.
No, no need of NAT.
But at the end, IP will remain same, na, sir? If even though if I'm configuring one, okay, I got it. So what you are saying, like let's create the L2 tunnel, L2 transport in between both of the VPC, both of the account. Okay, and over that, like so this IP 1.0 will communicate to 1.1 or whatever IP it will be. It can directly communicate.
Right.
Kind of L2 bridging, right?
Yes, L2 bridging only. So you have to put L2 bridge here. If you have same, this is network level design again. We are not talking in cloud. So this is one switch here you have, or one router, which is router Cisco or Juniper or Alcatel, HP. So they will be going to support this. So they support both L2 and L3. If you have, then make a L2 connection. Even if you use the same also, you make an L2 VPN between these two. L2 VPN can work, not L3 VPN. L3 VPN, two same IP addresses will not be communicated anywhere in the internet.
Got it. So AWS supports the L2 VPN. I mean, like with the external router.
Right.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So now coming to our VPC endpoints. So at the VPC endpoints,
Is it similar with private endpoint in Azure?
yes, exactly. Now share your experiences, sir. Why you are using that?
So sometimes what happen like there are some past services like in Azure that is blob storage or in
Hmm.
AWS it's S3. Okay.
Hmm.
So what happened? These are the past services. So mostly these services are accessible from the publicly. Okay.
Hmm.
But what happens sometimes we need we have VPC and in that VPC suppose there are some servers with only private subnet or private IPs.
Hmm.
And to access that service which is on public which is on public, so what we have to do like we have to create a private endpoint. So here that is a VPC endpoint. So what happened to that S3, that S3 also got private IP.
Hmm.
So in this way, that all the VMs, all the VMs in that private subnet will be accessible to that S3 service privately.
Right. So what happens? We'll
So
take.
it allows only private and secure access to our services. It
No, no,
doesn't
that
route traffic to the public internet. Generally, we use VPC endpoint for that.
Okay. So I have S3 bucket example. So this is my S3 bucket, and my EC2 instance needs some package. Needs some package to download because my developer uploaded the package here, or the application which is running in the EC2 instance, somebody is uploaded some file and that need to go to S3 bucket. Storage area. S3 is a storage area. Let's say you have uploaded one image. We built like nutrition application for the doctors. Okay, doctor is selling that application to the many this patients. What the patients will do after their gym, and they need to calculate the calories of the food they are going to intake. So they'll click a picture of their plate, how much meal they are keeping in the plate, some amount of rice, some rajma, and some chapati or some salad, and all those things. And what we trained our LLM model by doing that image analyzation. With the image analyzation, it will going to calculate the what is the amount of calories that the person is going to take. So as per the doctor plan and dietitian said, so is it matching within the category or not? So that is our LLM needs to do the work. The moment when you upload a picture to the app, where it is going to store. Your app is running here. Let's say your website is running in this, and you uploaded that. Maybe it is from your another application also. Does it going to store in your local? No. That photo will be uploaded from your gallery to the app to the S3 bucket because it is a storage. It is a storage. So your app has to send that image to here after, so that your LLM can be analyzed that. Keep it for a backup purpose. So everything you will be uploading here. This is your data collection point and storage point. Now my EC2 instance, since my application is running here or my API is running here, because my backend has to upload that image from the Android application to into this S3. So my EC2 instance is not directly connected to the S3. Not directly connected to the S3. Okay. If I make my EC2 instance public, or if I make my S3 bucket as a public, the request will go like this. Request, whenever a user said that he has uploaded a picture into this application, the request will come from the route table to the internet gateway 0.0.0. Then it will trying to find out this endpoint, and it will come and it will store here. So that means your request is exiting from your network, which is public and not recommendable. Attacks can happen. So what you can do instead this, we gonna create VPC endpoint. VPC endpoint. There. So VPC endpoint. I'll create a VPC endpoint, and this VPC from my this one, so it can be connected to my S3 with your IAM role. Okay. So what happens whenever you upload any picture, that will make a communication through your endpoint to S3. So it is never leaving your AWS backbone network. Never leaving your within your backbone or VPC network. So it is connecting securely. So no man in the middle attack. So this is a security. That's why we use VPC endpoints. This is use case, sir. So Piklu sir is saying we have Mongo Atlas. We are using VPCs to connect with Mongo. Yes, MongoDBs. And my question is, sir, okay, sir, so far any questions on these diagrams, on these discussions?
Yeah, Rajni, could you please repeat the VPC endpoint again? I'm confused a bit.
Okay. My problem statements, we need to always think in a problem wise. So my problem is like my web application is running in this EC2 instance. My web application is running in this EC2 instance. So one user came and he uploaded one image here. When he uploaded image means nothing but it is in the indirectly into the EC2 instance only. So EC2 instance has to make a call with my application to upload that picture into the S3 because your database is not going to store your picture or your photo. The photo has to go to the storage account only, storage area only. In Azure, it is a blob. In GCP, it is a GCS, Google Cloud Storage. In AWS, it is S3. Okay. Here only it has to go. That means my EC2 needs to upload that image into my S3. So directly in AWS, you cannot communicate like this. You have to communicate with the two options. One is IAM and one is VPC endpoint. Okay, IAM for the security purpose for the permissions. For the permissions. But IAM will not going to help you that your connection is not going to be a private or public. So whenever this user uploaded any picture, what happens? This easy to make a call to entering into the route table using internet gateway, exit to the internet, and it will search the endpoint of this S3 bucket, and then here it will go. Means it is exit from your VPC network. Whenever it is exit from your VPC network, it is unsecure. Unsecure. Simply. We can compromise it. But how you make private communication within your AWS backbone network or your VPC network? That means I can use VPC endpoint. So I'll create a VPC endpoint. Then my whatever here it is making a communication to upload here. Let me to upload here. What it will do? It will go like this. It never touch this one. It never touch this one, sir. So it will go like this from here to here. So it will not touch internet gateway. So your connection is private. So you can use same way to connect to RDS. You can use same way to connect to the Lambda like this. It is not possible to connect with private IPs EC2 S3. It's possible, sir. Your EC2 instance is private or public, but you can make private communication with your S3. In this case, S3 also have private IP. Private endpoint will be there. We don't know the endpoint will resolve an IP address. It's a AWS backbone things, but it have only one endpoint.
So generally, it is internal private network which all the services communicate with the VPC, right?
Yes,
Rajni?
yes.
Yes. Okay.
VPC endpoint, we use it for that only.
Internal connections. Okay, under our AWS network.
Right. So if you have a AWS account, means your organization, go any account, log in console, go to the one VPC and check VPC endpoints. You will see all many endpoints there. and just see the tags over there. Why? For what they have created this VPC endpoint. And there is a policy also. See at the policy. So what is that policy is doing? Doesn't mean I created it going to connect. No, here we'll write some restrictions also. And let's say my outside network, since it is a web application here, from outside network, there are many people hitting my application. Many people hitting my application. In 1 minute, there are 10,000 requests came. Let's say 1,000 requests came, or at least 100 requests came in just 1 minute. That means no human will not do 100 requests in just 5 minutes or a 2 minutes. So when 100 requests came, that means that is a DDoS attack. DDoS attack. So when it is a DDoS attack, how you gonna identify that IP address? From where this happening means there will be a bot will do continuous attacks to this servers, so that your server will may hang it and automatically application will down. Example, the sessions are over. For that minute, the sticks are over. So your API is not making any calls. So other users cannot able to access it. That's why the page will not load to you and it will give you an errors. That means some attacks is already happening from a bots, attacking bots. Okay, when this kind of things happen at your VPC, you will be having VPC flow log. VPC flow log. It's same with your Azure, same with your, you can use Azure network monitoring, same with your GCP also. So here what happens, all the requests that you are making to this VPC or to this server will be recorded into the VPC flow logs. Will be recorded into the VPC flow logs. You can clearly see that from where the request is coming. If you are making your request from your laptop, the laptop public IP will be recorded over there. Okay, this is networking in the AWS clouds.
With that VPC flow log, we can easily uh, avoid that unnecessary request, that is DDoS attack, right?
Yes, if you, it's only making you to identify, and what you do, just take it and put it in a AWS guard. Okay, guard duty. So what happens, it will tell you and all, and you can, okay, enable a WAF over there. When the requests are coming like that, then it will cut that request there itself. So it will never reach your VPC also. It never enter into your network. So it will cut that connection. So you can secure it. So that's how immediately the alarms will be raised. Oh, there are this many hits came. Simply your CloudWatch alarm will be raised and then go it and mitigate it.
So Rajni, this VPC flow log is, I mean, I understand, but can't we connect with private IP like we are connecting with RDS? Because it's in same CIDR.
No, sir. Whatever services that you're creating inside your VPC and the request is coming inside your VPC, all the IP address will be logged here.
Okay.
Let's say inside this VPC, you created RDS, you created another subnet, you created another EC2 instance, you created another Lambda, and all those within this VPC. That means any request coming to those services will be logged here.
Okay. So the only way to connect to the AWS services through VPC, right?
Yes. VPC is your own network, sir. It's your own network over the AWS public network.
Okay. But can't we connect to EC2 terminal and then just try some, give some private IP of services like S3 and make a connection? I'm just trying to understand. No?
Your EC2 is you created, sir. It's a
Yeah.
private, let's say. It's a
Yeah.
completely private, okay?
Okay.
Private IP is there. If you have your endpoint, you can still make a connection.
Okay. Endpoint is important. Okay.
Yes,
That's
endpoint is important. Even
so
without this, if you wanted to access this, Okay, you just give an IAM roles and everything, so it will be connected. If not, then means you need to create this.
What is the difference then IAM and VPC? If it is connecting
So the
through,
is the endpoint is more controlled
Yes,
okay,
than
endpoint is more
compared to.
what happens by default, these two services will not be communicated. What we'll do, we'll create a role inside the IAM. We'll say in the role that, okay, in AWS, there are two services. Two services need to communicate like S3 and EC2. What I'll do, I'll create this role and I will attach on the EC2 instance. So what
okay,
my EC2 instance will know that, okay, there is some S3 bucket is there. User is saying that I'm permitted already, so I can communicate with this S3. Without
okay.
endpoint also you can communicate.
Yeah, but endpoint is the more controlled one.
Controlled and private
Public.
communication. Yep.
Okay. So that's why. And it is having benefit of this VPC flow log to check further, right? Analyze everything.
Right. So your VPC is having this, sir. It's not only proprietary to this endpoint only. It is complete VPC. This flow log will work.
Okay. And can it communicate to different accounts too? Like we understood in one account, right? So S3 is in different account.
You-
Then
S3 is different account, but the request is passing through your VPC means it will log.
uh,
The request is, let's say, from here to it is coming, entering here, and
uh,
here the application will make a call to this account S3. That means,
correct,
however, the user is entering into this VPC, right?
right.
Here it will be logged.
Okay. Okay, that's what I wanted to ask. Cool, thank you. That clarifies.
So this is more about VPC pairing and endpoints, sir, and VPC endpoints, VPC peering. In order to replicate the same lab, I'll take 3 classes at least. I have already recorded classes for this. Maybe you can look at them, sir. So the same labs are replicated, whatever I said. You can find them. You can create this VPCs, create this subnets, and create this attachments, and you can do. So example, I'll go to my AWS. VPC. Left side, if you come down, peering. Transit gateways, where is peering?
Above pairing connections.
Why? Where it is, sir?
It was there, pairing connections.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, it makes little bit big. Yeah. So here is a pairing connection. When you create the pairing connection, it is ask you for, so create a tag or name of the value, and then you have to select your VPC. For my case, it's giving default VPC. It is in same account or another account, same region or different region. You need to select acceptor. So VPC peering creation, that doesn't mean that anywhere you create, it will connect to. No. Let's say you have this VPC and this VPC. This VPC you created and this VPC you created, and you're making connection between this. When you create this peering, this will go to this VPC that, okay, should I accept it or not? Like your Facebook friend request. If you accept it only, you'll be able to communicate. Otherwise, no. The request will go to this with some expiry date to this VPC. If you're not accepted within the expiry date, it automatically reject it. So you're always making communication. Why this is? That means, say anyone who know the IP address of this VPC, they can make a communication with the VPC peering. It's just a simple creation of VPC peering. That doesn't mean that, okay, it has to communicate. No, because of some security reasons, the targeted VPC owner has to accept it. Then only it will be communicated. And left side you have transit gateways. Transit gateways before transit gateway attachments. Here. So you need to create an attachment for with your transit gateway with your VPC. So you have a VPN, peering connection, connect, site-to-site VPN concentrator. Like this, we can make multiple connections with your data center also. Okay. Once right after you create it, then the transit gateway will be able to communicate between two VPCs. So these two things, I'll give it from this class. Okay, not this one. I guess that is in another account. Okay, I'll give it from there. Recordings. It will be again 2 hours, 2.5 hours class, sir. If you keep some time and see that, it will be good if you practice. Otherwise, take it as for knowledge purpose, because you're not going to be do this as you're a cloud engineer. No, you're not a cloud engineer. You're going to be an AI engineer. It's for your knowledge purpose.
Rajani, if you want to connect to a different account, then you need to supply the credentials somehow for of that account, isn't it?
No,
On pairing, no?
no. That's why these services are created, right, sir? No need of doing supplying the credentials. You just need the transit gateway. Let's say this is your account and this is my account.
Yeah.
I only need your account ID
Yeah.
and VPC IP address. I'll give this to and region. I'll give this information here in my account transit gateway. So when I give, automatically the request will send to your account actually.
Okay. Okay. So if you accept it, then the communication will happen, right?
Right.
Otherwise, okay. Right. Okay. So it's up to us whether we approve the the request or not, isn't it? So if you make a mistake there, then probably there is a chance that we let someone else access our account.
Right. So that is a security reason, sir. So we should not do that.
Okay.
But this is
Rajni,
not.
we need to create roles to communicate between two different accounts, right?
That is a cross account thing. Let's say you
Cross
have
account, yes.
right. Yeah. Let's say you have one S3 bucket in sorry, EC2 in
One
one
account.
account and
Okay.
S3 in another account. Okay. You need to create a two policies. Okay. One policy is you need to allow the role of another account in policy A in the account A, and similar way you need to allow that account A policy and role in the account B role policy. Then the two
Understood.
can be connected.
Okay. We can communicate from cross account too.
Right.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, Rajni.
Okay, so funny say if it is another account ask for tenancy details. Okay, not tenancy details, sir. So you should have only account ID, VPC ID, region, CIDR, subnet, transit, route table. That's it. No tenancy detail you should not provide. So AWS tenancy is default, first of all, dedicated. You should not do that.
Which is a better approach? We should go with cross-account communication between two different AWS account or this transit, Rajni, I mean, based on your views.
Sir, you're making only cross account things between the two S3 buckets or to communicate one service to another service. Okay. And that is service level. This is network level.
Okay.
You get me, sir?
Got
That is
it.
service level and this is network level. Okay. If
So,
you're making two different accounts, let's say your account and my
mhm,
account. Our two accounts are public actually. There's no private. Our two
got
accounts
it.
being communicated. But within the organization, you are having OU. So organizational units, organization, AWS organizations. Inside these organizations will create our sub accounts. Will create our 1 minute. I'm getting call. We'll create our sub accounts. So in
Okay.
this sub accounts, we wanted to make communication from one account to another account. Then you can do with the cross accounting things.
Okay. Within an organization level, like if you wanted to communicate, we can do this
Right.
cross account.
Right.
So even we can communicate through VPC pairing and transit also,
Yes. That is network level, sir. That communicates
network
at
level.
network level.
So yeah, private AWS same network we can communicate. Okay.
So this is AWS organization. You're centrally managing your all your environments and grow and scale up things and all. Okay. So this is somewhat more at the your cloud networking level. I'll share some notes about landing zones, tower, and organizations. Do we need to delete all resources after task is done? VPC and ETC? Yes, sir. You need to delete them. If in your account, personal account, like we are doing practice, right? You should delete them, sir. But do not delete any VPC or anything in the organizations. Don't do that. I'm also asking VPC peering works for two VPCs. If you have more than two VPCs, go for transit gateway. Yes, correct, sir. Please.
Rajni, here you
Sure.
told like if means for peering, when you are doing the peering,
Hmm,
then we have to accept that peering request from the target VPC, correct?
right.
But this is not case in Azure or it is same in Azure because I did not notice in Azure.
In Azure, you'll create VNet peering, sir. In VNet
Ah,
peering, it's that exchanging it work. Actually, there is no request accept
mm-hmm.
concepts.
Yes, yes.
In AWS, it's a request accept concept there.
Yeah, it's more secure.
Hmm. And with the VNet integrations, there is no another thing again. So just VNet integration, make it one as a hub and another things as spokes and communicate them. And one
Mm-hmm.
more thing, what is a hub and spoke model? As sir is reminded this, I'll tell that. Let's say this is one VNet. Sir, maybe you can put your real-time examples here and for better understanding to others as well, sir. So this is my another VNet. VNetworking. This one. So these are all spokes. Spoke A, spoke B, spoke C, and spoke D. So this is hub. So why do we need this? Sir, why are you using hub and spoke model, sir? Vishal, sir, can you?
I will just give example. Let me correct
Hmm,
if I'm wrong, Rajni, okay?
hmm, hmm,
So what I understood, like suppose we have on-prem infra site, okay?
hmm, hmm,
And suppose that on-prem infra site need to come means all this spoke model need to connect with that on-prem.
hmm.
Okay, so obviously these are all having that spoke VNet having only private IPs. Okay,
Mm,
they cannot go outside and they cannot communicate with on-prem infra site.
mm,
So in for that purpose, there is one concept coming in Azure like VNet Gateway. Okay,
mm.
so that is hub. So what we have to do instead of doing the peering, so we will put one VNet Gateway in the hub site. Okay,
Mm.
so after that, what happened? Like I forget that, but
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that, what happened after that? They all the spoke model will communicate to that hub site, and that hub site will directly connected to the on-prem infra site. So in this way, the
Yeah,
communication will happen.
yeah. So how happens to the spoke 1, spoke 2, spoke 3, and spoke 4?
Hmm. Sorry, Rajni.
So, okay, you created VNet hub and with the gateway, sir. So
Hmm.
how these communications will happen?
Via VPN, na?
Okay.
VNet peering.
That exchanging how it happens.
VNet peering, right?
Yeah, VNet
Yeah,
pairing.
peering. Yeah.
Right.
And second use cases are usually like what we do in VNet Hub, like we always keep as an security hub, like we always keep firewall and other devices in the hub VNet. For that, so that like all the communication which is coming from the different VPCs that should be passed via the hub VNet for the
Exactly.
security.
Right. So how this going to be do? Let's say this is the development, and this is the your production, or maybe this is going to your app, and this is going to be your mm, test. Let's say your test account, and this is hub. So what you do, sir? This before hub, you create a data center. In your case, this is a data center, and this will connect like this, and you will connect all from your spoke like this. So what happens, sir? At this level, you install firewall, you'll keep a VPN, you'll keep a express route, you'll keep a sir I said Bastion. So what is Bastion host again? Or jump servers. Two names you can call. Bastion host or jump servers. So you will be communicating from spoke VNet through the VNet peering to the hub shared VPC. Sorry, shared VNet. So that means if this one wants to communicate with this one, means this data needs to be passed to this one, then it has to connect like this. It has to connect like this. So this one are never communicating. You are keeping one hub for the intentionally in order to connect from the hub side. If you make this to be connected, that means you can make connect to this one and this one also. There is no point of making it in a hub. So why you're making to manage them centrally between multiple spoke. So this spoke and this spoke should not be communicated. If this should be communicated, you need to write a VNet pairing separately. If not, then this has to be communicated through the your hub only. So you are controlling from the data center with the hub to communicate all this. Let's say here is a one database is there. Here one database is there. And this spoke also need to connect. This also need to connect. This also need to connect. This also need to connect. So instead, each VNet you're making a separate connection, you make it a connection from hub. But this one is not needed. This one is not needed. This one is not needed to communicate. But all this needed to connect to this one. So you can make this hub and spoke concept in this. So when you're connecting everything, then it's called full mesh. It's called full mesh. So this is the hub and spoke concept in the Azure. Same like in Transit Gateway I said, right? There also you can call it
Yes.
as. transit gateway. That is the thing, sir. So you'll use VPN gateway to connect from on-premises to your hub site, or express route also you can do for dedicated connection.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you want to connect with your storage or SQL server, then use a private endpoint in it in the Azure. And one more thing, what is this Bastion host? Bastion host means I have a one server. This is my server. This is my server. And I have multiple users. Multiple users. And I have other multiple servers. So for each server, instead making a direct connection to the user to this server, I'll keep one layer in between. That is Bastion host. So I'll connect credentials, rules, everything to this one server. All this will be having a private IPs, and this one only will have a public IP. So my users will log into this server and they will log into, if this user wants to log into this server, then he will write a commands here, server login and credentials. Then only this server will allow you to log in him here. So he will log into this server via this server. This is called Bastion host or jump servers. So you might be creating the same jump server kind of thing at your GPU servers. Why? For the data science team. If they wanted to access or they want to do something, you need to do this. Okay. So this is Bastion host concept, sir. This is more about the AWS or cloud networking, and I would like to give an assignment, and I want tomorrow a strong points like today discussion, strong points like why we need NACL and security group, difference between stateful and stateless, stateless. So when I say stateful and stateless in terms of network and in terms of app, why we call stateful and stateless? What is the logic or the idea behind it? That word, what this word represents. We call also stated databases. Why? Why you are calling that stateless or a stateful? Okay. So that difference I need, sir. And also NACL and SG. Why we use NACL? Strong points in real time. And security group. Why we need them? And I have a very good question to you should go and find an answer. The problem statement is your junior cloud engineer came to you and asking a question that is having one subnet here and is having another subnet here. Is having one EC2 instance here and is having RDS here. Database. So his application working here. Now, no NAT here. So within the same, this EC2 instance need to connect to this RDS securely. securely. Okay. How it has to connect. What components will be involved in between. How the request. I need this request flow, sir. How it will be going. What you do with your NACL and SG. I want this. What you do with NACL and SG between these two subnets to make these two communicated. Is question clear, sir?
Both are in different VPCs, right?
No, same VPC, different subnets.
Okay, okay.
Private and public. Private is RDS, public is this one. Okay. How you make them communicated? No NAT, nothing. You need to communicate them securely. I want securely. So what you will do as you are a principal or staff or an architect? What is your take on this? Don't think like an engineer, sir. Don't think like associate engineer or maybe a software engineer. No. Think like a principal engineer and just tell me what is your take to make this to be connected. This is homework, sir. Maybe you can take one screenshot.
Yeah,
So
sure,
what?
Rajni.
Yeah, why I'm telling this one means, sir, my okay, my agent is running here. Maybe I enabled user login here. Okay, so user will log in here. User will log in here. User clicked on the login button from my web application, and this server need to call this RDS. It need to call this RDS and check because my developer already deployed. My developer already deployed that he has followed all DDL and all schema and everything. He already created that. What? There is a DB. Inside the DB, there is a table. The table is saying that whenever the new user is coming, new user will log into the application by providing like sign up option, not sign in, sign up. Sign up option he will click. He has given username, password, email address, phone number, everything, and he got registered. So when he got registered, my web application will send that information and write inside this database to store that. So whenever it's stored, so next time my user can do sign in, not sign up. Sign in he can use or log in he can use, right? By giving only username password. So to make these two things to be communicated, how it has to be configured. That is what my problem statement.
And also, what is the existing security groups?
You take existing or it's a new thing, sir. No existing, nothing. You have to create now with new security groups. How you will map them?
Okay. And like with the port number, we have to map.
Yes. Whatever you take Postgres or SQL, whatever the port number, by using NACL and security group, how you will map them.
Okay. NACL by default, it's allowed only, right?
By default allowed. No, you can create NACL and then you do inbound and outbound separately. But security group, you can only control inbound. Outbound should be 0.0.0.0.
That also we can control.
Yes, you can also control, but ideally security group has to be anything in the outbound.
And I know the answer.
You whatever, sir, but I want this and this to be communicated by using NACL and SG.
Got it, sir.
How you create, where you keep which SG, what rules you will keep in it.
Got it. Got it.
what inbound configurations you do and what outbound configurations you do. You
But we
might,
have to use both NACL and SG both.
right. So you
Okay.
can use both. Or you can eliminate NACL also. You can tell me with SG if you're comfortable, or you can use both and you can tell. But try to defend yourself, sir. Why you are bringing this point and what is your intention on that, how it gonna work. So you need to make me convinced that I have to accept your point.
Got it, sir.
Yeah. So this is your homework, sir. And then I'll be going to upload those 2-3 recordings about this. Just watch them, see it. It's your wish. You wanna implement it. Otherwise, okay. This is for our knowledge purpose. You are not a cloud engineer. Okay. If you are already DevOps engineer, you must have done this. Or you're a cloud engineer, you must have already done this. You know already. Most of you already know this. But I guess it's being a longer time you didn't touch. Might be it is again new to you, but you already done it, sir. Whoever using already, they know what I'm trying to show here. I hope we already mapped with real-time examples. Right, sir. Right. Yes. But having this knowledge is very, very important. We don't know why, because these are all questions has been covered in the interviews for AI infrastructure engineer. Okay, they're gonna ask you that. We don't know, sir, what question will come in the interview, but you should ready for everything. That's why I'm telling, prove your points to me. Then that means I'm convinced means you can convince any interviewer. Any questions, sir? Are we good to conclude today's call? So today's session.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, and we'll connect tomorrow at the same time. And please
Yeah,
don't
thank you.
forget, sir, the points, assessment, problem statement. Come up with an answer.
Sure, Rajni.
Right.
Rajni, please upload that recordings, please. That 2-3 recordings.
Yes, I will be uploading now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. See you all
Thank you.
tomorrow. Cheers.
Good night, all.